Have you ever felt that pull of the past? Like that yearning for something you can never quite recapture?
Yeah.
Well, today we're diving deep into The Great Gatsby,
Good.
a book that really grapples with this feeling head on.
Yeah.
We're going to explore its major themes, get to know its iconic characters, and uncover how Fitzgerald's words continue to resonate almost a century later.
It's amazing, actually, how this book, how it works on so many levels.
Yeah.
On the surface, you have this captivating love story,
Right.
but underneath that, Fitzgerald is really dissecting the American dream itself, especially during that exhilarating yet chaotic period of the Roaring Twenties.
And we're thrown right into the action, right?
Yeah.
With Gatsby's extravagant parties, his mansion overflowing with champagne, laughter,
Right.
seems to just epitomize the American dream.
Yeah.
But there's this lingering sense of emptiness there, a void that all the wealth just can't seem to fill.
You hit the nail on the head. Fitzgerald uses these lavish gatherings to kind of expose the hollowness beneath the surface of all that wealth. It's like a gilded cage where appearances are everything and genuine connection is elusive.
Yeah, and you see it. Like, take those scenes with the young Englishman
Right.
at one of Gatsby's parties, desperate to grab a piece of that supposed easy money. Or Owl Eyes in the library,
Yeah.
astonished to find that the books are real and not just empty facades.
These moments, I think, they highlight this central theme, this illusion versus reality.
Yeah.
Gatsby himself is like a master of illusion, crafting this persona of wealth and sophistication. It's only later that we learn his true identity, James Gatz, a man who built his fortune through bootlegging. A far cry from the image he projects.
And all of this carefully constructed world, is driven by his obsessive love for Daisy Buchanan.
Yeah.
It's almost like he's trying to recapture a lost time, an idealized vision of their past romance.
Think of the green light at the end of Daisy's dock. For Gatsby, it becomes this potent symbol of his yearning for the unattainable, for a past he can never fully reclaim. He throws these massive parties, buys a mansion across from her,
Right.
but it's Daisy's approval he truly craves.
He literally redecorates his entire house just to impress her.
It's wild.
It makes you wonder, is Daisy even worth all this effort?
That's where Fitzgerald's genius shines through. I mean, Daisy is captivating, yes,
Right.
with her beauty and charm,
Right.
but she's also deeply flawed. She represents this certain allure of the upper class, but there's a shallowness and moral ambiguity beneath the surface.
It's like her famous line, her voice is full of money. It's both captivating and unsettling at the same time.
Exactly. And we see this clearly in her reaction to Myrtle's death. She retreats back into her world of wealth, leaving Gatsby to bear the consequences. It raises the question, is she a victim of Gatsby's obsession, or is she complicit in this tragedy?
And then there's Tom Buchanan, Daisy's husband,
Right.
the epitome of old money and brute force.
Tom represents the uglier side of this wealth and privilege.
Yeah.
He's arrogant, racist, and unfaithful. The confrontation at the Plaza Hotel between Gatsby and Tom is a pivotal scene.
Oh, yeah.
It strips away this veneer of civility and reveals the raw emotions beneath.
The heat in that room, both literally and figuratively, is almost palpable.
Yeah, it's a turning point where Gatsby's carefully constructed facade begins to crumble, exposing him as a fraud. And we see Daisy caught in the middle, unable to break free from the world Tom represents.
That's so great. But amidst all this drama, there's Nick Carraway, the narrator,
Yeah.
who acts as our eyes and ears throughout the story.
Nick's crucial, I think, because he initially comes from a similar background as Gatsby, drawn to the excitement of this new world, but he serves as the story's moral compass,
Okay.
becoming increasingly disillusioned as he witnesses the events unfold.
He's like us, the reader. Initially fascinated by Gatsby's world, but ultimately disturbed by the emptiness and corruption he observes.
And it's through Nick's eyes that we get to see the true cost of this relentless pursuit of wealth and pleasure.
So we've got these compelling themes of illusion versus reality, the allure and danger of the American dream, and these deeply flawed characters, all brought to life by Fitzgerald's evocative prose.
And that's what we'll dive into next, Fitzgerald's masterful writing style.
Okay.
His use of imagery and symbolism adds another layer of meaning to the story, making The Great Gatsby a timeless classic.
All right.
Yeah.
Fitzgerald's writing, it really is captivating.
Yeah.
He paints these vivid pictures with his words, drawing you right into the heart of the story.
Right into it.
What aspects of his style struck you the most?
I think his use of imagery is phenomenal. Like, he just captures the essence of the Roaring Twenties, the glamour, the excess, but also the underlying, like, darkness and disillusionment.
Right.
Think about that description of Daisy and Jordan on the couch, like silver idols weighing down their own white dresses against the singing breeze of the fans.
Yeah.
It's so visually rich, so evocative.
Yeah, you can almost feel the heat and the languor of those summer days just from that one sentence.
Totally.
And then there's that striking line about Gatsby's smile.
Oh, yeah.
A rare smile with a quality of eternal reassurance in it, as though he had thrown himself into it with a creative passion. Like, you get this sense of his charisma,
Yeah.
but also the immense effort he puts into maintaining this persona.
Exactly. In his metaphors, Gatsby's mansion is described as a feudal silhouette against the sky, which speaks to the grandeur but also the isolation of his self-made world.
Yeah.
Then there's Daisy's voice compared to, like, the jingle of money, the symbol song of it. It's both alluring and unsettling, reflecting her connection to wealth and the superficiality it can breed.
Yeah, it's like he's revealing the characters' inner lives through these carefully chosen comparisons.
Right.
And let's not forget the symbolism. The green light, the Valley of Ashes, the eyes of Dr. T.J. Eckelberg.
Oh, yeah.
They add layers of meaning that go beyond the surface of the plot.
Those symbols are key to understanding the novel's deeper message. Like the green light, for example. It represents Gatsby's hopes and dreams, his longing for something just out of reach.
Yeah.
It's a powerful symbol of the American dream itself. That yearning for a better future, which can sometimes become an unhealthy obsession with the past.
It's a universal feeling, that desire for something more, something that we can't quite grasp.
Absolutely. And then you have the Valley of Ashes, this desolate wasteland between West Egg and New York City.
Right.
It's a stark contrast to the opulence of Gatsby's world and serves as a reminder of the moral decay lurking beneath the surface of this society obsessed with wealth and pleasure.
And the eyes of Dr. T.J. Eckelberg overlooking the Valley of Ashes, they add this element of judgment, like a silent witness to the moral failings of these characters.
Exactly. It raises questions about who is ultimately responsible, who is being held accountable for the choices made in this pursuit of the American dream.
Fitzgerald's life itself mirrored some of the themes in the book, didn't it?
Yeah.
He experienced the highs and lows of the Roaring Twenties firsthand, the allure of wealth and the devastating consequences of its pursuit.
There are definitely parallels between Fitzgerald's own experiences with fame and fortune and the world he depicts in The Great Gatsby. I mean, he was captivated by the energy and extravagance of that era, but also keenly aware of its darker underbelly.
You can sense that tension in his writing, that awareness of the beauty and the ugliness, the hope and the despair that coexisted in that time.
And that's what makes The Great Gatsby so enduring. It captures the spirit of a specific time and place, but also speaks to universal human experiences. Love, loss, ambition, the allure of the past.
It's a story that stays with you long after you finish reading it,
For sure.
prompting you to reflect on your own dreams and desires, and the choices you make in pursuit of them.
It raises crucial questions about what truly matters in life and the price we're willing to pay for the things we crave.
It's interesting how Fitzgerald uses these parallel scenes of the lavish parties and then the brutal confrontation in that stifling hotel room.
Oh, yeah.
It highlights the tension between illusion and reality that runs throughout the story.
Those contrasting settings are key. The parties are all about appearances, about creating this illusion of happiness and success. But in that claustrophobic hotel room, the truth comes out.
Right.
And the characters are forced to confront the consequences of their actions.
It's like the heat intensifies the emotions, strips away the facade, and exposes the rawness beneath.
Yeah.
And Nick, as our observer, he sees it all.
Yeah.
And his disillusionment grows.
He realizes that he's been complicit in this world in bringing Gatsby and Daisy together. And he begins to question everything he thought he knew.
And it all culminates in tragedy. Myrtle's death, Gatsby's murder, the shattering of dreams. What do you think Fitzgerald is trying to tell us about the American dream through this tragic ending?
It's heartbreaking. Gatsby achieves this incredible level of success,
Yeah.
amassing wealth and throwing those legendary parties. But ultimately, it's not enough to win Daisy back or recapture the past. It's almost as if Fitzgerald is saying, suggesting that the American dream, while alluring, can be a trap. Gatsby achieves the material success, that defines the dream, but it comes at a tremendous personal cost.
He loses his sense of self, his connection to his roots,
Yeah.
and this relentless pursuit of a dream that's based on an illusion.
Think about that line at the end of the book. So we beat on, boats against the current, borne back ceaselessly into the past.
Yeah.
Gatsby's trying so desperately to move forward to create this idealized future with Daisy,
Right.
but he's constantly pulled back into the past.
And that pull of the past is so powerful. It shapes our present. It influences our choices, even when we try to break free from it.
It makes you wonder, what is the true cost of clinging to a dream that's rooted in a past that can never be fully resurrected?
Fitzgerald doesn't give us easy answers. He leaves us with these lingering questions about the nature of the American dream, the complexities of love and loss, and the power of the past to shape our lives.
It's amazing how The Great Gatsby continues to resonate with readers almost a century later. We still grapple with these same questions about wealth, ambition, and what it means to live a fulfilling life.
It's a book that sparks reflection. What would you have done if you were in Nick's shoes, knowing how the story ends? Would you have tried to reunite Gatsby and Daisy, or would you have let the past remain undisturbed?
That's a tough one. It's a question without a clear answer, but perhaps that's the point. The Great Gatsby invites us to examine our own dreams,
Right.
our own desires, and the choices we make in pursuit of them. It's a reminder that the past can be a powerful force.
Yeah.
But it's up to us to decide whether we'll let it define us or whether we'll break free and chart our own course. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into The Great Gatsby.
Absolutely.